again, it's about attention. If you see a particular piece that you like, you look at it, and then you imagine to yourself the importance of that particular art that caught your attention. It's all about emotion. Nothing to do with price, nothing to do with style, nothing to do with anything. It has to be that visual contact. It encapsulates what is appreciative in the mind's eye that makes that particular art important. And of course, you have to give credit to the artist, because whoever created that particular piece is something that dwells, not just for me, but for everybody else that looks at the art. Because if it's nice enough for me, I'm almost certain that it is almost always appreciated to a lot of people.
Well, you have such talent and so much experience of 40 years of collecting art that right away it seems that you're able to find that, build that, see that, and present it. Now, are there times when I notice around the gallery there's many pieces, and that's the style nowadays, that are not framed. They're within their own canvas, if you will. Do you ever modify that from the artist's presentation?
No. It's the presentation itself has little to do with what I like. It has a lot to do with the artist that presents it. I give credit to the artists that we have here, because they themselves present a gift that is not commonly seen by a lot of people. A gift that is so appreciative that when you look at them, it inspires, it accelerates the mind. And those are the things that are important to most collectors, even those who are not. People viewing the art should really realize what it is that is in the message, other than visual. It's a communication that is beyond that you can see by sight. It's words spoken by way of sight and of mind in a way of emotion.
Yeah, I like that answer a lot. Now, do you guide an artist as far as pricing, or how do you come about, do you do a square inch size? Do you have the artist give an ideal of what they want for it, or do you advise them on, this is worth, $6,500 and you're asking $300 for it? I mean, do you correct the artist that way or guide them at all?
No, it's pricing is the last thing that we look at in the art, or at least to me. It's not pricing is completely irrelevant when it comes to presentation of the art. The art in itself should bear no price. Its price, of course, is associated when it comes to revenue, sales, and parlaying the art itself. But the price itself is not the important thing. Unlike most galleries, our gallery is much to do with what will commence the attractiveness of the person's work as opposed to pricing. We are not a place where here's the art and here's the price. That is not our motive. Our motive is what is in the art that attracted you. What is in the art that touches you. It's not the price. It's the appreciation. What is it that appreciates you by looking at it? What is it that makes you want to take it home? What is it about that art that you can be part of it in your home?
Now, okay, say if I just moved up here and I have a big home that I just purchased. Let's use Martis Camp just because I like that particular neighborhood. And I have blank walls, and I
Yes.
need to design and decorate. And do you offer any interior
Yes.
designing?
Now what we do is the interior designing is not what we want to present to the person who will eventually own the art. The first thing that I ask from the person who owns the home where the art will be displayed is, what is it that you like to have? What is it that you like to have in your home? What is it that you want to take upon yourself and be part of your home? Your home is a place of your dwelling, the place where you are, the place where your soul belongs.
Right.
So what is it about your home that you think might be a part of you? It's not the sales, it's the emotion that we sell. We don't sell art, and it's really sad that it's a sale, but of course it ends up to be that way. But it's about your participation of yourself and what you want to take home. Whatever you take home in your home is you.
Well, I really love your answers, David, because as an artist myself, I find that the word emotion you use,
Yes.
I put my personal emotion that I'm exposing to everybody when I do put it on display. They can see my inner being. They can see the emotion that I put into that image. And then I think it is a bonus to get paid for it.
Yes, of course.
It's like really, I love to do this. This is a great anxiety release. It's great emotional contact that I have with my art. And then to get paid is extreme. It's phenomenal because I believe everybody has the opportunity and the ability to paint, to draw, to explore in any form of art. And it's sad that they put a barrier amongst themselves to not believe that they are able to achieve that same goal.
Well, most art are not, I really refuse to actually correlate art as a commodity, because art to me is something that is completely way above commodity.
Yes.
If you just want to fill a room with blank walls and you don't care, then we are not the place to look for that, because in our place, in our gallery, when you take somebody's art home, you're taking that person's mind, you're taking that artist's soul, you're taking that artist's works that you want to be a part of it. So it's not a commodity. Commodity is something that you would just buy something, take home, and eventually get rid of in time. Not the kind of art that we have. Each art and each artist is selected. They are evaluated. They are pretty much discovered. And the discovery in itself is something that will be there longer than the gallery. After it's gone from here, it will stay somewhere else, but the intention is it should be a part of you forever. It's not just a piece of work, not a furniture. It is not a furniture. It's a piece of work that somebody made to present and communicate to you that in time you would keep forever.
Now, is there any clients that you might have that may view art in a little bit of an investment point of view?
Yes,
Where they
most of
invest?
our art have a lot of intrinsic invested value. We only present established artists. There's nothing wrong with up and coming, but there are a lot of artists, there are millions and billions of artists. But most of the art that we have, and 99% of the art we have here, have been collected because of my choice. I am completely responsible for collecting them and showing them at the gallery. But they have to be able to give me, at that moment in time, the 5 seconds of appreciation. If it touches me, in my opinion, it will touch a lot of people because it has touched me. It has nothing to do with me, but the way I see it. I'm not an artist, but I feel like I have the eye for it, to be able to see what most people would like to have in their homes, just like I have.
Right. Well, it impresses me that over a 40-year span, and the differences is how our society has grown into such a technological advancement, if you will, that you've been able to develop the skill of being an art collector, and you have many traits and values that others cannot just learn. It's something that you innately have the ability to do. You know what's fine, you know what's appreciative, and the confidence of knowing you have good taste. In my sense, I've got very good taste, well above what I can afford, but I know I've got good taste. So I do have a good eye for many different things that I may not be, say, clothing designer. But
well, the word is inanimate and then intrinsic. Art is a way of communication, and visually and emotionally. Art in itself are written in words by way of pictures, and by looking at them, it has to speak to you, just like it has spoken to me. So when I look at a piece of art, I stare, I glance, I ponder, and I evaluate whether or not this will fit in somebody's home. I can easily say that any of the art that we have here, I can just easily keep them in my home. But then doing so is almost selfish.
yes,
Because if I try to keep everything that I have and everything that I have in the gallery, it's selfish. You want to share what is beautiful, because what is beautiful is appreciated, and what is appreciated is something that you want to show everybody else and share.
I think that's very, very important as well. Now, what are your hours of the gallery?
We're open every day except Christmas and Thanksgiving, from 11 till 7 during weeknights. On the weekends, we stay longer till midnight. We are the only ones around here that is open, other than the bars and food, because a lot of the people that come visit us should actually see more than just food or beverages. They have to see something that is visual, and something that emits glorification by way of sight and communication, other than just drinking and eating.
Well, every time that I have been in attendance down here for one of the openings, or everything seems to be, I love the party, the atmosphere. You have the wine bar, so that's available.
Yes.
That puts a comfort zone of being able to mingle with other artists, with other people that are art appreciators or art collectors. It opens up an entire door for many different people to explore and to become friends, to assist one another.
Yes.
Well,
The wine and the beverages is so that we are able to communicate with our audience. We want them to stay longer, not because we want to sell them art. That's not the purpose. It's just so that we can parlay to them the message, the idea behind what is seen to be able to explain to them, or at least introduce to them what it is that they see. So the wine is an intermediary so that we can keep them longer. Not because we want to sell them art. That has never been the purpose, but for them to understand what is it that they're viewing, and what is it that they're looking, and what it is that may someday be a part of them.
Yeah, see, I like that too, is the fact that you're not a hardcore salesperson,
No.
is that you're here, and I think the art's going to sell itself.
Excel, yes.
You don't know, is there anything I am not touching bases on? I know we're just about out of time.
No, it's pretty much what it is. And in a nutshell, is that there's a lot of things that we have here that is an importance by way of beauty, in way of art. Just like a beautiful song, just like a beautiful picture, just like anything that's beautiful, we have a lot of many things here that is something that you may want to see or check out. And you don't have to buy it. All you have to do is visit and appreciate. And that's all we ask.
Yeah. Well, David, thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you for your
You know,
time.
this is a wonderful gallery, Art Obsessions, downtown Truckee, and I've just absolutely fallen in love with David because of his honesty and his forwardness. So you two need to come on down, join us some weekend, because we're always having a great time down here at Art Obsessions. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you, David. I
Thank you.
really, really appreciate
Thank
your time.
you. Thank you.
And you have a great night.
Thank you.